This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob and Big Mike.
Rob, what's good, homie?
Man, we're later than we normally are, Mike. You want to tell the people why that is?
Last minute supplemental soccer practice scheduled for my daughter, so I wanted to go attend that. So sorry, we had to push it back. I'm the one who suffers the most anyway, so I don't want to hear any of you people anywhere, you West Coast people in the chat. I don't want to hear you complaining, okay? Because I got to be up earlier than most tomorrow, okay?
Dude, Robert's in the chat already asking, what did he get dragged into watching? Might be...
Hold on for a minute. Speaking of that, let's get right into it, Rob.
Yeah.
Big announcement tonight. Couple big announcements tonight. More than one big announcement on this show tonight. We have one coming up in a few minutes. Carl's backstage. We're bringing him on. People know this. But the first big announcement is that Sweep the Rack tonight is debuting an ad, more than one ad, from our newest sponsors.
Yo, should I hit him with it?
Your boys done got some sponsorship, folks. Okay? The dough is rolling in. Okay? Sweep the Rack. We're making dough now. All right? With sponsorships. So we're proud to debut right now. First advertisement ever from a sponsor on Sweep the Rack. Roll it, Rob.
Was your bowling alley putting out a hard shot? Did that tricky oil pattern leave you injured, embarrassed, or worse? I'm Frank the Frame Denaro, and if a tough lane condition sent you sliding, you might be entitled to...
Frank the Frame Denaro, attorney at law, thank you. Thank you for your sponsorship. Now, some people are wondering why the ad cut off after 10 seconds. It's because, listen, we're not cheap, bro, okay? Sponsorship is not cheap around here on Sweep the Rack, all right? And even successful attorneys can only afford 10%. 10 seconds. So, yeah, short ad, but you get the point, okay? You get the point. If you feel wronged by your bowling center for poor league scores, contact Frank the Frame Denaro. He's going to help you out. Tell him the guys that Sweep the Rack sent you, okay?
Dude, could be entitled to a large cash sum.
Large cash sum.
You got to call.
Money. You thought first place in the league paid? You thought beating up on Mama Mia and Papa Pia in the handicap brackets paid well? Get up with my man Frank the Frame Denaro, bro.
Dude,
show him what's good.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You could nowadays, if the bowling alley puts out a hard shot, you could sue them, bro. That's crazy. Frank the Frame will take your case. We appreciate it, Frank.
No doubt. Appreciate sponsorship.
All right,
Rob, we keep it rolling. League report. Let's give the people what they want.
I know you've been looking forward to this all week.
Oh, listen. When your boy throws it good, I love to come and tell the people. But I have to be honest that me throwing it good this week was just more evidence of my hackiness. Okay, let me explain. Nico's asking if I broke 600. Broke 600. I shot 640, Nico. Okay. However, that's not all positive. Here's why. In the last two games, from the 10th frame of the first game to the end of the last game, I threw 24 out of 27 possible strikes.
Wait, what's a possible strike?
Like, I had 27 frames to throw a strike. Okay. Out of those 27 frames to throw a strike, I threw 24 of the 27.
So you threw 24 at 27 strikes.
Yes, from the 10th frame of the first game to the 10th frame of the last game.
Okay.
Now, the first 9 frames of the night were very, very bad. The first 9 frames of the night were very, very poor. Last 21 frames of the night, very, very good.
Okay,
except
give us
for a
the
few.
scores. Give us the score. What
Okay,
are we
the
looking at?
scores were 140 the first game. Okay,
Jesus.
140 something the first game.
Wow.
While striking out in the 10th.
You
While
bowled 140
in the 10th.
striking out, and you bowled 640.
Yeah, so 140 in the first game. Hold on, I'm trying. Do I have my scores? Just
I love how you maneuvered it. So you said you threw 24 out of 27 strikes, and you
But I
bowled
did.
40.
But I
know.
did.
I like how
Listen.
you like.
So 140 game 1. Okay, I strike out in the 10th for 140. I then go front 9 the next game.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I'm with you.
Now,
What did
you
do
might be
then?
wondering, Big Mike, what happened? How'd you go from shooting 140 to throwing 12 in a row, right? I mean, I went Vera Papa on him, okay? Here's what happened. Uh, a person who was subbing for us, who's in our chat sometimes, actually, too, shout to Ernie, he watched me bowl some the first game and was just like, hey, I like that ball you had. I just think you were too far right. I think you should try and take a step left with that ball. So in the 10th frame of the first game, I stepped left with that ball. Bang, bang, bang. Next game, throwing it really good, loosen up. Front 9. Okay, front 9. Move left a couple times throughout the game. I get up in the 10th frame. I'm not going to lie, Rob. I was nervous. I was not only thinking about a Sport 300, but I was thinking about all the people in the chat here. I was thinking about all the people in Sweep the Rack chat and how I was having visions of grandeur of coming in and telling them I bowled 300 on the sport conditions and having the ticker tape fall down on me from the ceiling as the people praised me on Sunday night. And these thoughts of greatness got to me, Rob, as it does with many bowlers. And I'm somebody who's thrown a good shot for 10 grand too, but in this instance, I threw it like dog poo, and I left the 3-6-10, and then I proceeded to flag it. Okay, so front 9, 7 out. Okay, how you like my hackiness, bro? Front 9,
Okay.
7 out.
So before anything, what pattern were you bowling on, and what ball were
Medium pattern, Autobahn.
Autobahn. And
Okay,
what were you throwing?
Ball, I was throwing a Radical Outer Limits pin up. Great ball, by the way. Great ball. Rob, I have never made a ball recommendation to Bill O'Neill. Hasn't happened. I made a ball recommendation to Bill O'Neill after Lig on Tuesday night. I texted him. I said, excuse me, are you allowed to throw Radical on the PBA Tour? And he said, yes, we are. I said, have you drilled a few of these outer limits?
A few of them.
Have you drilled a few of these? He said, nah, I drilled one. I didn't really like it. I said, you should go back and reconsider that. So
You think they'd give him one?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm sure he's
they
got
would give him
somebody
one. What are you kidding? They would give him 5 if he asked for it.
So I go front 9, 7 out, 261. Okay. Who likes a 261 around here? All right. Last game, I go double, big 4, and then big 4, 4, 7, 10, back-to-back frames, and then I go sheet for 242.
So yeah, you threw 20. That's right, and you hold. So Robert in the chat was right. You missed 3 times, and you. Oh my God, what a crazy night!
646.
646 with a front 9. And did you? Let me ask you, how many spares did you have in those 3 games?
Oh, that's a great question. Maybe 1.
So you bowled 640 with one spare.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God. Robert Smith, man. Always good having Robert in the chat. That's a good suggestion as the league guys at Carly are telling me where to play during the Open. Could you imagine?
I'll show you the text. You want me to show you the text? I'll show you the text.
Dude, that's funny.
I want to be clear. I was 3rd on my pair. Okay. I was 3rd on my pair. There was a
you were 3rd in your pair. Oh, so they were high scoring.
Well, we also had a couple players on this pair. I would say for sure. The person subbing for us is a regional player, so definitely a player there. And then, yeah, on the other team, I would definitely say there's at least one, perhaps two guys that are, local experienced bowlers. They bowl a lot of stuff, outside of just your regular leagues.
So, do you get to bowl in this pattern next week?
No, I won't bowl in this pattern again for 3 rotations.
Got it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of stupid. I kind of would wish they would put out the pattern like 2 straight weeks, because I feel like the reason why I like that on a sport like league is that it gives you 1 week to figure them out in a way, and then the next week at least you can go in there with a more of a strategy on how you played them the week prior.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's my league report.
Cool. That's a good one,
Team
though.
Hack Squad.
Did someone have video of that front 9 of you hacking that 10th?
I don't know. You'd have to ask around.
Oh, you would think someone would be having a video going, right?
I certainly wasn't going to ask anybody to video it for me. But
yeah, you would have. What are you kidding?
No,
you would have told 3 people to video you.
I would. I don't know. I'd imagine there's probably somebody out there who was videoing it.
Oh, I would hope to see you flag that 3-6-10, and the look in your face would probably be something that I would use on our social media.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I could replay that though on my AI little app there. But anyway, all right, Mike.
People say Mr. X probably took a video. No, Mr. X doesn't come in the building when they're tough. Mr. X only shows up on the house shots. Only shows up on the house shots. But Rob, that brings us to our next ad. Rob, we have another sponsor. Speaking of easy house shots,
we do,
and only showing up on the house shots. We have yet another sponsor. Fraudulent Lanes, Rob. Shout to Fraudulent Lanes sponsoring Sweep the Rack. Run their ad, Rob. Let the people see it.
At Fraudulent Lanes, bowling big isn't a dream. It's the standard. We guarantee an average of 235. Strike after strike. Honor scores hit every single day, or you get your money back. Our lanes are tuned for greatness.
They guarantee 235, Rob.
An honor score every day, Mike.
You saw that. Their phone number is 30000. It ends with 30000. I mean, to me, that means they just keep the 300s going.
Wasn't there a bowling center in Michigan that was similar to Fraudulent Lanes that you highlighted?
Advertising, yes.
You highlighted our worst of the week that went viral, and everyone shit on you for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
All right, Mike, let's get to real news here.
Let's do, please.
Let's bring Carl on from Agent Ong. We got to talk a little bit to Carl. Carl,
what's going on, guys?
Let me tell you first off.
No, I want to say this because when I heard you were coming on tonight, I had this thought, and it's an odd thought, but I have to share it with you all. Do you guys remember the show Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV back in the day, where they would have like these claymation things, right? Battle out. So if that show was still around, or if we at Sweep the Rack are doing our own bowling tournament directors version of that show, okay, I would need a celebrity bowling tournament directors death match between Carl Ong, Greg Tack, and Dougie.
What? To put me in that list of those individuals, I take that as a compliment, but I don't think I can compare to those guys. Those guys have been around a very long time, and they've done a lot of great work for bowling. So
actually, I have you as the winner of that. I have you as the favorite. So I don't know.
Because I'm the heaviest? Is that why or what?
Well, Dougie would be too drunk to be fighting. So
I'm judging it based off of like quality or the impact of the tournament's run. Okay, impact of the tournament's run. You know, you're over here handing out 10,000 plus in prizes in a weekend. You know, you don't see that a lot in the bowling community. You know, that matters for something for sure.
Well, I appreciate that, but let's be honest. So I'm the promoter, founder. Theo's the actual TD of the tournament. So, but I'm not going to take that away from him. He's the guy that makes sure that shit runs very smooth for the 4 days once we kickstart. So.
No doubt, no doubt. Give us the highlights of your event. Give us the highlights. I mean, we went over them a couple weeks ago. We discussed the action match. We talked about the winner, but yeah, go ahead, give the people the rundown.
It was a great event. People from all over the U.S. showed up. It was great. We started, Wednesday with golf and a nice dinner that you guys obviously did podcasts with, and then everybody made our finals this year. We had men, women, lefties, righties, one-handers, two-handers, seniors, super seniors, two junior bowlers, a 14-year-old made our match play. So it was awesome. So I am just at a loss for words. The amount of support that I've gotten throughout the country has been pretty amazing, and we're super excited for it.
And the action match was great Friday night. Big crowd.
It was fun. I mean, I don't know how it resonated online, but being in the building, hats off to Kyle Troop and Matt Jones for giving us a fun show. And, while Kyle might have won the match, I don't know. I think Matt won the moment of the tournament, really, picking up that 4-6. So that was pretty awesome.
And the winner.
Dude, the kid can bowl. He's made my match play first. He made the finals last year, taking third, and then he doubled down and took the win this year with a big paycheck for Josh Kennedy. He came all the way out from Minnesota, and he's been out there twice now, and he doesn't know how not to make the show, apparently.
Yeah,
and it's the third year that a non-touring pro has won the tournament. So.
Interesting. All right, Rob, go ahead.
Yeah. So now the Agent Ong 3 is open, Carl. Right. So I mean, it's done. You finished. I'm giving you the stage tonight because I know you've been excited about a big announcement. And I guess so. What's the future of the Agent Ong Open? And yeah, I'm giving you the floor here.
No, I appreciate it. It's kind of crazy. 3 years ago, it just started as just scribbling an idea on a napkin. It was just something I wanted to build for bowlers, by bowlers. I'm just taken aback by how much this community here has given us and the opportunity to kind of grow this tournament. It's everything I could have ever imagined. The players, sponsors, fans, the volunteers, everyone's been a huge part of this journey. And tonight we just officially turned the chapter. Before I talk about what's next, though, I want to recognize a few people. Robert Smith, Chris Schlemmer, Matt Jones, Aaron Yamamoto, Theo. Those guys have been huge sounding boards for me over the last few years. Their support helped this event grow to what it's become today. And I'll be forever grateful for that. But yeah, if you want to roll what I sent you, this would be awesome.
Cool. Well, guess what? I'm going to run an actual real promo right now. So everybody enjoy.
After 3 incredible years in the Valley, a new chapter begins. The Agent Ong Open 4 goes all in. Viva Las Vegas!
So yeah,
Vegas, huh? We're going to Vegas?
Yeah, so after 3 amazing years in Phoenix, we're officially hitting the road. So 2026, we're going to be the Agent Ong Open 4 All In is going to be at South Point Bowling Plaza. So a world-class venue where every major bowling tournament dreams to be a part of. It's championship competition. They crown so many major champions there, and to bring our brand, our players, our community out there, it's truly special. So I'm excited. While the trilogy was a finale of one chapter, Las Vegas is the beginning of another. But yeah, this opens the door for bigger competition, more partnerships, and the continued evolution to this tournament for years to come. So I'm really excited for it.
Wow, that's amazing news, Carl. I'm assuming it's kind of like you have a tournament, right? And you want to expand it, you want to get bigger, you want to obviously offer more just prizes, more squads, more times, more everything. And you kind of got a little bit too big for where you were. And is that kind of like the reasoning why you want to go to Vegas? Or like give me the reasoning behind like why you wanted to go there?
I wouldn't say we outgrew it. It was just kind of a natural evolution, I think, of this tournament, of just what that looks like in the evolution of it. Before I go there, just huge thank you to JJ, Bolero, Kyrene, and all the staff there, John, Bobby. They put us on the map. They're the heart and soul behind what started this tournament. They've done so much for me. So just need to, want to make sure I say thank you to Bolero and everyone in the valley. Phoenix as a whole, the bowling community out here. Their support has been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for the support. But I don't know if it's actually outgrew it, but I just had to think about what the future looks like, and from a destination point for this tournament, I think, from the factor of maybe wanting to travel there might be a little bit easier for the people across the nation to get to. I know it might be maybe more of a easier family destination to make it a family vacation versus, going to Phoenix for just a bowling tournament. Yes, there's a lot of things to do in Phoenix, but Vegas is just a completely different animal. Shows, casinos, fine dining, your world's fair of food is there. There's nothing you can't find in Las Vegas. So that's kind of how the iteration, kind of just how it went that way, that direction.
Carl, we have a question from Precision Diesel Injection. So will be the same format. Is there any changes? Are you thinking, is there any kind of at least ideas or thoughts going on through your head about any changes right now, or are we still way too early to talk about that?
So I don't believe any major changes are going to be happening in the format per se. I think what we've created is something that is attracting a lot of bowlers across the U.S. already. And I think moving it to Vegas is just going to, magnify that as a whole. But will there be tweaks in it? I always want to evolve this tournament, right? But I'm always going to be listening to the bowlers. I truly mean that when I say I want to make this a bowling tournament for the bowlers. So with that in mind, I will continue to keep my ears open and listen to all the thoughts from anybody. I'm wide open to hearing any suggestions that you may have. But as of right now, no real format changes that are coming down the pipe other than a new venue with more opportunities for the bowlers. It's a world-class facility, and I'm just super excited to host the tournament there for the first time.
So I have a suggestion, and probably I would imagine, I hope people would agree with me. Is there a possibility we see a rematch of Matt Jones versus Kyle Troop next year?
I think that's up to those guys. I know Matt. I know for sure Kyle is coming back. He wanted to let me know, and that I believe for all intents and purposes, he wants to do another action match. I think Matt's in the chat, so I'm going to let him, kind of listen to that and let us know, or let Kyle know if he wants to run it back. But I thought that was a fun match for sure.
I do have a suggestion too, Carl. And I've always talked about a tournament should do this, but you guys should have like a shuttle from the front desk to the bowling center where someone carries up a bunch of bowling balls to the plaza. Because let me tell you, as a bowler, carrying 8 to 10 bowling balls from the parking lot to the plaza was always the worst part of bowling at the plaza.
Sure.
So I think you should run a daily shuttle like every hour where you bring up stuff and you bring down stuff. I think that would be hilarious and that would be cool. But that's just something I don't know, something stupid I was thinking about. So yeah. Anyway, but I'm happy for you. I really am. I mean, I remember you calling me like when your first tournament was about to go on, and you were like, "Are people gonna show up?" And I'm just like, I don't know. But man, it's already been almost 3 years since you've had that phone call, and you've had 3 successful tournaments, Carl. And man, it's so much hard work to do it. and it's just a big shout to you. I know you thank everybody, and you're always grateful to everybody else, but really, it's your hard work and your just attention to just detail and everything you do that is the reason why the tournament is so successful. And that's just coming from someone who's bowled it and has been a fan of watching it. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure the bowlers are real grateful for you for having this tournament. And are we bringing back the Mega Bucks, Carl? Are we bringing back the Mega Buck tournaments?
Well, hold on. I've been waiting, sitting here. I've been waiting for you guys to make that point, for somebody to make this point. Like, the biggest point to me about a tournament like this going to Vegas is that Vegas is the place where, mega buck, high level, action bowling, sweeper type tournaments, that's really where they made their chops, I would say, those types of tournaments. So, to have an event like Carl's go back to Vegas, and be back at the place where these types of tournaments have their roots, is something that's really interesting to see. So yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's I grew up on that, right? With Brad Edelman and the high rollers, the eliminators. So I grew up around that. I love that time of my life. Every February and every July, I'd spend a couple of weeks in Vegas, just going around 3 to 4 different tournaments that you could just bowl over and over again. And no, Robert, unless you kick in the extra, $90K, we can do whatever you want, buddy. You kick it in and we'll do it. But yeah, no, thank you. I obviously have to thank my wife and my children for allowing me to continue to do this. So they definitely give up their time with me quite a bit, and I have couldn't do this without them. But again, to the Arizona, the bowling community out here, they put us on the map. I couldn't have done this without everyone in Arizona. Again, Bolero, Kyrene, but there's just so many opportunities available to us now. One of them is I talked to Norm Duke. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about the Bowlers Network, but I had a pretty long conversation with Norm Duke and the CEO of Bowlers Network, Jay Fetty, and they have something amazing coming down the pipe. And then there's a huge nonprofit out here that just started, Keep It Rolling for Bowling, which financially supports the Arizona State bowling team. They're our actual first partnership. So together, we're going to try to keep investing in the future of the game, keeping opportunities alive for youth bowlers coming up through the ranks. So yeah, we're just really excited for this move and what the future holds. So again, thank you guys for, we started talking about this over 3 years ago when you allowed me this platform to introduce my crazy tournament, and hope that it stuck to the wall a little bit, I guess you could say.
I got to leave this comment up here because Matt Jones must have balls of steel. The kid must have balls of steel. He writes in the chat,
endless money.
Brooklyn Rob,
money.
He says you and doubles, me and you doubles against Kyle and Robert Smith. Anybody who's willing to bowl with me in an action match with Kyle, Troop, and Robert Smith has balls of steel. And I really, really, really look up to your moxie, Matt. As of right now, I'm going to say probably my answer to that is no, but that could change if I start bowling again. But that'd be a pretty incredible doubles match.
There's a couple good comments here. People want to see me versus the King of the Patch Pirates. People want me to come out to the Agent Ong Open and bowl the. Yeah, how great would that be, though?
Will you come? Will this give you enough reason to show up now?
Yeah, no. I'll say this: there's a much better chance that I would find an excuse to come to Vegas than find an excuse to come to Arizona.
Carl went from 1% to like 3% chance.
I'm hearing great, but let me say something though. Even more so than the tournament, I would fly out to Vegas to bowl the King of the Patch Pirates if we're bowling on something tough. I would. I would absolutely. I would absolutely enjoy that. We have Fef in the building. What up, Fef? Bowling with the Fef. Check it out if you haven't yet. Great interviews. He says he wants to do the Stillman 710 bet. He wants to shoot at 100 710s. He wants to run that back. I love it. I absolutely love it. And then obviously you had Matt Jones saying that him him and Rob should jump up together, join
Dude,
up.
Primetime Poppy saying Big Mike would low key never bowl.
Oh, primetime Poppy, you're full of it, bro. I ain't scared of that dude, not one bit. I'll bowl him for whatever he wants. I'll put my own money up. I'll put it right. I will on camera. I'll take it out of my bank account, bro. I'm not even joking.
I do love the action match. And the one thing I would ask this year or next year is if you have a chance to try to get that match on earlier. I think people would love to be able to watch that live like earlier, especially Mike, who's had to like literally stay up to like 1 or 2 a.m. to watch that.
It's tough though, and I'll tell you why. We have so many squads, and then we have sweepers, right? I'd hate to take away sweepers from everyone that's out there. It's just another avenue to make money, right? It's just another side event that, we're guaranteed the prize fund. So it's tough. Would I like to start the match early? But now that we're in Vegas, does that place ever sleep anyway? Come on now. We gotta go with the location now. So we'll see. I mean, if I can fit it earlier, I'd love to, but I don't want to take away from the sweepers, to give the bowlers what they want, which is, 4 guaranteed $1,000 sweepers for sure.
See, here's what I would like to do. I'd like to start this match like the night before the tournament starts. And then what we'd like to do is take side action from everybody across the country. Make it a huge side action event, right? And of course, we're going to take 5% of the cut.
Are you running the Calcutta yourself?
I mean, I got a Venmo,
you might as well
right?
Run a Calcutta, then you do it.
I got a Venmo. I mean, hey, if I'm getting 5% of that take, I'm sure I could probably get people that would love to Venmo me money and take their action. Then I would just pay them back, and I would just take 5% cut of the house, and then say, hey, look, you bet 100, if you get a taker, you're getting paid 95 back, right? So, but yeah, I mean, awesome event, Carl. This is an amazing announcement. I'm really, really grateful that you came onto the show and you did on Sweep the Rack, honestly, because I know you have your own social media following and stuff, so we appreciate that. And yeah, got anything you want to thank or anybody else you want to thank before we get you out of here?
Just one last thing. Theo and I wanted to announce the fact that we are going to add a doubles event to our Southwest swing. So in June, we have the Cactus Classic. And then obviously in October, our finale, we're going to have the Agent Ong Open now at the South Point Bowling Plaza. But we are going to run a 10K doubles in August. So be on the lookout for that. We are finalizing all the details, but it is happening for sure in August. 10K guaranteed doubles.
Wow.
So we're going to have, kind of this middle Southwest swing. So we're really excited for 3 out of 6 months worth of 10K events for sure.
That's amazing. People love doubles and team kind of action too. Yep. Can we ask you to maybe bring back a World Team Challenge too type of event?
Ask Robert. I talked to him about that a couple years ago. I would love to do the World Team Challenge. I think that was such an amazing concept, but I would need the help of the rest of the nation to build that up. So
yeah, that would be a lot. But August 21st,
Dougie Vision, Chris Vial, anybody that's interested in maybe getting together and maybe co-opting a World Team Challenge I'm down.
That's August 21st to 23rd. So you got dates already planned. And man, I'm telling you, bowling tournament proprietors and directors, Mike, making tournaments 6 months, 8 months, a year before. What an amazing thing to do, really, for the bowlers, especially since a lot of the scratch bowling these days seems to not be out there, especially like these bigger tournaments. So maybe into Robert talking about 100K, maybe 5 years from now, we could be talking about the Agent Ong Open being 25K, 50K. I mean, it's got to start somewhere, and it's obviously off to a great start. So we'd love to see that. So, Carl, appreciate it, man. What an amazing announcement. We're real happy for you in the tournament, Agent Ong. It's cool to see where the tournament started and now where it's going. So, yeah, we appreciate you coming on. And, we'll get you out of here.
Hey guys, thank you again so much. You've been with us since day one, so I guess we just got to figure out if Shoot the Rack's going to do our dinner out in Las Vegas this year. We'll see.
Let me tell you something. If Mike goes, I will for sure be there. I will for sure if Mike goes. But like, you got to talk to this guy over here. He's busier than he's like the president, and he's literally like so busy. I mean, this kid is like, I don't
Sorry, I
even know
have
what he
a
does.
family. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry, I have a wife and kid.
you reach out to me anytime, wherever you need to work out. We'll try to work out. I'd
All
love
right.
to have you out here. That'd be awesome.
Cool.
No doubt.
All right, we appreciate you, Carl, man. Thank you.
All right, have a good night,
Later,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Later.
See ya.
I say it every time Carl comes on. We could use
100
more Carl Ongs in the bowling community. Right, it'd be great if like all over the place we had tournaments of this kind of nature, etc. I mean, obviously, you need the numbers to support these types of events, right? And I know there's a lot of tournament directors out there doing their thing. Like somebody who's there. A lot of names came up tonight, but one name that we didn't mention was somebody like Trevor Roberts, who I see in Florida runs a lot of stuff and tries to do some stuff down there. So yeah, it's cool to see that there's people out there trying to give people the opportunities to bowl, and in Carl's case, bowl for some serious money. And in terms of this announcement tonight about his event, like I said, it's cool to see that level of action bowling come back to Vegas.
Do you know if I was Carl and I should have brought this up, who I would reach out to see if I could get the bowl in action match? I would try to get Rudy Revs out of retirement for an action match. And I would try to maybe line up
Who are you bowling against? Who do we want it against?
I would probably try to get him to bowl maybe with someone like Chris Barnes. Rematch. Televised PBA show rematch.
Man.
Ooh, Mark Dyson. Yeah, like I would try to maybe bring out someone else, a big action bowler.
How about this matchup? I wouldn't mind watching this one. This would be a matchup of contrasting styles too, and I know both players still bowl at a pretty competitive level, and I think it might actually, it could be a very plus 100 match. Rudy Revs against Michael Haugen Jr.
Haugen is a fun bowler to watch.
He is.
He's a fun bowler.
He'll talk and he'll get into it.
He'll talk.
He'll get into it. Watch some of his PBA shows, man. He was one of the main talkers out there, and that's why I say like that has the potential to be a really good match to me because it's two guys who are around the same place in their career, generally speaking, but are both still bowling and active. I mean, obviously, Haugen Jr. I don't think he's ever left, and Rudy, kind of took a break for a little bit. But I would like that one. That would be a good match.
Yeah, and I really do like the idea of being able to take side action, but with all the now electronic like payments you have, right, with the Venmo and the Cash App and all that stuff, right, like. I think it would be really crazy to be like, let's just say Venmo me 500, right? And I'm the action coordinator. And then I put it out there and say, hey, I got a $500 bet that came in on like Matt Jones, who wants Kyle Troop. And someone's going to take that. And then they Venmo you 500, right? And then you have this like thing where you're like coordinating all the money of in and out, but you're putting out bets of like, I think there's a fun way to do that. And you have this action all across the country of people betting against other people who don't know like who they're betting against, but you're going to get paid, right? I mean, there's such a possibility. Like Precision says Rudy against Adam Barta, right? Like, I mean, you have a whole. How about George Gohagen, right? George Gohagen's always taking action. He'll always bowl. He lives in Vegas.
It makes me think like you really do need Carl to hook up with somebody like Dougie. And add a day to the tournament and have
action.
Have a Dougie action night as part of the Agent Ong Open. I mean that would be awesome, bro. That would be like such a sick slate of action matches you could put together at an event like that. You know,
Yeah.
and I think that, you know, when you add stuff like that, you open it up for more people to come. You know, you really do. You open it up for more people to come and bowl, and you know, there's a lot of guys out there I know that would be more than willing to take a match. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
it's fun to
it's a,
talk about, though.
it is, and it's a great marketing idea, right? It really is. Like, it brings people to view the channel, right? To stream it. It's just a great, like, it's a great just aspect in general to do it, to bring ice to your tournament, to bring social media to your tournament. It's just cool. It's a cool vision Carl had. He started it. Dak, appreciate the super sticker. Mike is going to tell you not to donate to us.
Please save your money, bro. We appreciate it, though.
We do appreciate it. We appreciate it. We do.
We're not here for the super chats, bro. We're really not. You know?
We're not here for the money.
I can, honest to God, it blows my mind that anybody would send us money for sitting here and talking about bowling, and I greatly appreciate it. But seriously, we're not here for that. It's cool. Appreciate it very much, but save it. It's all good.
Yeah, we do this for the fans. We do this. We always said we would do this.
Game, man. We love the game, you know. But
we always said we do this for the fans. We'd always keep it free. We would never run a subscription type model. We would never ask for money. Like, it's just we always do it for the fans. We do it because we love bowling. We've been doing it for 5 years. Anybody's been doing this podcast for 5 years and doing it. If 5 people watched it, if 50 people watch it, if 1,000, it doesn't really matter to us because we're just going to sit here and talk bowling anyway. So it's just cool. So anyway, Mike, do you want to get into worst of the week, or you want to talk about the other thing I was talking about earlier?
Well, I think we should highlight some. We should highlight some of the emails.
Yeah.
Because last week we discussed the booth. We discussed the PBA show, and you know, and as we've been saying all along since the schedule came out. Right? It's true. Bill Morrison in chat says you need to pay us. This is a fair point, Bill.
Old JBT guy, Bill Morrison, by the way.
No
Pretty
doubt.
sure. Yep.
So we said over the last couple of weeks, really since the PBA schedule has come out, that you know it's nice to see the schedule. We like it. You know, we see a lot of things we like with it, but before we make final judgments on this new venture with the PBA and the CW network, there are other things that we kind of want to know the answers to, right? We want to know what things are going to look like. And one of the things we brought up last week was, you know, what the booth is going to look like.
There's some good suggestions.
Yeah, and you and I were throwing around some suggestions, and we put it out there at the end of the show that we would like to hear from people and hear their suggestions. So we're just going to share a couple of the emails here. Rob, I'll go first. I'm going to share the one titled CW PBA announcers. Okay,
go for it.
This email was from Chris Marcos. Okay, Chris, thanks for reaching out to us, bro. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the email. He says that he would like to see Chris Hardwick as the play-by-play guy. It's an interesting name. I mean, he was even involved in the PBA as recently as the invention of the PBA League, where one of the he was the owner of one of the teams, right? And that's why it was the what was the name of that team? Geez, the city that he was from was not very well known. Silver Lake Atom Splitters.
Is that what it was?
It was the Silver Lake Atom Splitters, I think. Right. He also says he was on the Chris Paul Celebrity Challenge and looked at a pretty decent game. Most importantly, he has a lot of TV host experience hosting shows like The Talking Dead. For the color guy, it's tough. I appreciate Randy, but I'd like to see someone with more recent ties to the game. Mike Fagan is a name he brings up. That ain't going to happen. I can tell you that. He's involved in the business side of bowling now. Or Ryan Simonelli. Now that's an interesting one. That's an interesting name. You know, as we've seen here, you never know what direction that's going to go. But I don't know what his current availability is to get in the booth. He says guys who quit a little bit early and are still young to have actually bowled on the same condition with the same equipment as the current tour players. Out of the box ideas would be Mark Baker or Tim Mack. Older guys, obviously, with close ties to today's game. And then he says probably add a third rotating guy, a player who missed the show, a PBA 50 guy, a Hall of Famer like Norm Duke, who chose not to bowl the PBA 50, or a crossover athlete like Mookie Betts or John Burkett or Chris Paul, T.O., etc. As the third man in, they don't need to carry the show, just add a few anecdotes or respond to questions from the host and the color guy. He wants to keep Kimberly Pressler. He thinks that she's gotten really good, and he'd also like to add an equipment guru like John. He uses the wrong last name here, but I think he's talking about John Janowitz. Right, so that was the email from Chris. Chris, we appreciate the email.
So a few few thoughts here. Mark Baker would be an amazing commentator. He would never do it. He makes way too much money giving lessons. It's way too much time for him to travel and do that. Tim Mack, to me, would be probably like, I think that's a great idea. I think Tim Mack would be awesome on the commentating booth. I think he brings a whole level to the commentating booth that I would like to see. So Tim Mack, out of all the people on this email, to me is the person that would make the most sense. He's been on tour. He knows the equipment. He knows the pros themselves. He's very personality, got a lot of charisma, funny guy, likable. Tim Mack checks all the boxes of somebody that I would want to see in the booth. So that to me is like a great idea, Chris. Awesome. And Kimberly Pressler. I like Kimberly Pressler. I think she has her part. She does a really good job at it. And you're right. She has gotten very good at it. Her pressing questions has actually been a good addition to the shows. I do enjoy it. I like hearing about it. I like hearing some of the kind of goofy stuff that goes on, some of the answers that a pros give. It does give a little bit of a showcase of the pros' personality in a quick, like 30-second or minute segment. So I don't want to see her go. I like her. I think she's definitely good on the show. So it's a great email. JJ might be a little bit too high-level tech for the booth. The one thing that drives me crazy about Randy sometimes is that I think Randy goes over a lot of people's heads when he talks. Like Robert Smith in the chat talked about how, like, are they ever going to show people how to keep score? And I think it's a really fair point, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to keep score, and how it maybe prevents them or just confuses them when they're trying to watch if they don't know bowling. So it's a fair point, and I think JJ might go a little bit above everybody's head. He's just way too smart. He knows a lot of high-tech stuff that might even go overhead on a lot of people who are high-level bowlers as well, right? If you ever get a chance to talk to JJ, you ever get a chance to talk to someone like Mo Pennell, these guys' intelligence on a bowling aspect, a bowling IQ, were so high level that you just didn't know what they were talking about half the time, or I'd say 90% of the time. I had we had amazing honor to interview Mo Pennell. I had an amazing opportunity to sit at a bar once with him and have a few drinks and talk to him about bowling. And man, the bowling IQ on guys like Mo and JJ are just on a whole nother level. And that's the reason why they were so successful, what they did on a bowling technology aspect.
All right, we got another email from Mike Pico.
Yes.
Thanks, Mike, for emailing us. He says I like this suggestion a lot. Love this guy's style of how he does things. He wants Emil Williams in the booth. Combine Emil with basically any other player who has been, doing this, like a Barnes or a Packy.
I mean, Emil's got a lot of experience. He sits and he does these streams for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. So he knows how to be a commentator. And it's hard. It is. Someone wrote in the chat, Henry, what's up, Henry? I think you actually gave us 99 cents. We appreciate that, by the way, the gift. Henry wrote, not just anyone could do color commentary without the ums and ahs and yeah, you knows. I do that all the time, and it drives me crazy when I listen to the show. Mike, when I re-listen to our shows, I and everyone to death. And I feel so bad when I'm like, man, I don't know how people still listen to this shit, because I'm umming and knowing the half the time I talk. But it is hard, and you have to really pay attention to how you talk and and try to be very clear. And Emil does a really good job.
No question. We got an additional email from Steve Mueller. Steve, thanks for the email. Thanks for the support. He says he would love to see a Marshall Holman or Norm Duke along someone like, you ready for this name, Rob? Jeff Rickles. Jeff Rickles getting a shout as a possible PBA announcer. That was, that very knowledgeable guy. I'll say that.
Interesting.
And Steve points out that Jeff used to actually be a commentator on a local long-running TV bowling show in Wisconsin called Bowling with the Champs. So he has some background doing that as well.
Here's a good question from Alex. What's up, Alex? Alex James. Question is, who would do the job for very little pay and without being biased towards one company? Fair to say, I think like Randy is on Storm staff. Randy's been on Storm staff for, I think, decades, right? I think he does a pretty good job not being biased towards Storm. I think they do. The shows these days are doing a good job of highlighting the bowling balls, the names of the bowling balls, the companies to a certain extent. I think they give everybody who has who their equipment they're throwing a fair share on the show, and I think that's what the TV show should be doing. If the bowling ball companies are paying the amount of money they're paying to be PBA sponsored, the PBA needs to highlight the bowling balls on the companies when they're on the shows to get the companies their bang for their buck of what they're paying.
No doubt.
And it's right. It is true. Like, yeah, would you think that someone would be biased if they were on staff? I think if they're going to be a commentator, I think they'll know the fine line between being biased and not. And I would imagine that the person that would do it wouldn't be, but you never know.
Robert in the chat is asking Dave Lamont. Yeah, we brought him up last week and talked about him as a very viable option and a guy that we'd like to see. I think we all agree that he does a pretty good job, and none of us would really have a problem if Dave Lamont were the person who were in the booth. We got another email, Rob, from James Rose. James, thanks for the email. We appreciate support. And he says, looking for that knowledgeable piece to take Randy's spot would lead him to Chris Prather. Chris Prather. So another interesting suggestion. So we definitely got some emails with some good suggestions there from our listeners, and we greatly appreciate the people taking the time to reach out to us and respond.
So now that I've had a week to think about it, though, Mike, I'm going to jump in here because now that I've had a week to think about it, and I had a good email or someone commented, I think, on YouTube, which was a fair point about how I believe back in the day, Marshall and I believe Barnes, they were doing it and they were on tour while they did it. And that was a fair point. I didn't really think about it, but I could see that happening and why that is a good idea to have bowlers who maybe don't make the show stick around for a couple days, do the show, have it on a rotation where you have. I do feel like a guy like a Packy, a Kevin Williams, those younger type like guys who we know have a really good personality. Obviously, Kyle would be in that aspect too, where these guys are on the shows and they're talking about bowling. They're talking about what they love to do. And they have personality, and there's a lot of charisma there on those specific bowlers that I mentioned. But I think the young aspect of it is important, in my opinion. Yes, we'd love to see some old timers get in the booth like Norm Duke and maybe bring back Marshall Holman. But I think if you want to start appealing maybe to a little bit of a younger audience and a younger generation, I think like you need to start thinking about bringing in people like a Kevin Williams, a Kyle, and guys like that.
No doubt.
Yeah, John, Bo Byrne was on doing the telecast when we were still on tour. And that's what I was saying last week when we had this conversation. I didn't think that was a good idea. But then after thinking about it and reading some of the comments, I kind of changed my kind of view of it after I read it and I thought about it.
No doubt. All right, Rob, I think we're ready to wrap it up. Let's give the people what they want. All right, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first because I lost it. I had it and I lost it. So I'm going to have to find it.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I have a couple good options here. All right, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. I'm giving worst of the week to Mikey Pinnell from the Bowling Science Forum.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. This is not about taking shots at people. This is not about anything personal. I just see what I see on the internet. Last week, he was promoting a YouTube video he was putting out, and it was a video, I guess, featuring like overlaid shots with the purple hammer and the Motive Shadow tank. And, he was promoting it as the showdown you want to see. The showdown you want to see. The purple hammer versus the shadow tank. Does anybody really want to see that showdown?
We all know the champ.
Right? Isn't that the main point, right? Purple Hammer, it might be the best ball ever, okay? One of the best balls ever, definitely. Certainly the most controversial ball ever. There's no question about that, okay? Most controversial ball ever. I don't even know what the hell the Shadow Tank is, to be honest with you. What is this? Is it a new release by Motive? Is it an old ball? Is it a urethane ball they're coming out with? I'm completely confused by this. No one wants to see this showdown. I'm sorry. No one wants to see this showdown. No one, I don't think anyone really cares about it. And even those that care probably know what the result's going to be of this showdown anyway. Shadow Tank going to catch a beatdown from the perps, bro. That's what's going down here. So, I don't know. Ain't a lot of science behind the Bowling Science in this one. Sorry. Worst of the week. Done.
So this got sent to us, and obviously I don't unveil people who send it to us unless they let me know, hey, like it's okay to say my name. This got emailed to us, and I don't know if this was like a spoof video or for real video. I'm assuming it's a spoof video, but it's a YouTube guy who put he's got 2 subscribers. His name is Boss Mo, and it's a video of he writes on how to repair a cracked bowling ball. Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
So I'm going to share the screen. I'm not going to play the video. It's a 4.5-minute video. Okay. But I'm going to take some slow clips of the video. Let me share my screen here, my entire screen. Let me do that. Sorry, I'm getting this prepared here for a gem here. So my guy Boss Mo kind of looks a little bit like Albert Einstein. And like I said, I'm not going to play the whole video here. I'm just going to play clips. But ultimately, it's got a cracked bowling ball, right? And he's showing the crack. Old lives matter. Can you hear that? Can you hear the audio?
No.
No? But he pulled out a duct tape, Mike.
Oh, no. He's not actually suggesting that you could use duct tape to fix the crack in the bowling ball, is he? He doesn't look like Einstein. He looks like the doctor from Back to the Future.
He does.
He looks like the crackpot doctor from Back to the Future.
So you guys can't hear the audio, I'm assuming?
No, we can't hear the audio.
Okay. For the people who are listening on, audio, he's duct taping a cracked bowling ball.
But hold on, is that it though? Is that the whole process?
He literally tapes this whole process, the whole bowling ball. Well, he's literally filling the gaps with duct tape right now. And he shows it. Yeah, it's all filled up. It's gonna be fine, he said.
It's crazy. Why not just throw some Flex Seal in there?
Yeah. So sorry, you guys could hear the audio.
Flex Seal.
But if you guys want to watch this video, just type in how to repair a cracked bowling ball and check out Boss Mo. You give him a follow if you want. I think he deserves it after doing this video. I think it's actually really funny. And I think this has got to be some kind of spoof video. To me, this can't be a real video, but if it is, I think he deserves a follow and a like, regardless if it was real or not real. So that was my worst of the week. Congrats, Boss Mo. You definitely earned it on that one.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Rob, final thoughts.
Yeah, I was thinking about this today, about how long it's felt that we haven't had any like real legit live bowling, like PBA. And that's my only issue with the way they're doing the PBA schedule these days, is I feel like there's such a long break from when the last legit tournament finishes, to when it starts. I mean, the off season is crazy. So like, I mean, I would like there to be some type of bowling somewhere in the mix. I don't know how they could do it. And obviously the season shouldn't be a year-long season, obviously. But man, doesn't it feel like it's just like a never-ending off season?
It does. I mean, it's too much. It's too long. It's too long.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what they can do to like not have it, but I understand why they do it. But then you kind of like 6 months into it, you're like, man, I don't remember I don't even remember what the rush of winning a bowling bet feels like these days, Mike.
I had a rough season last season, so I didn't even know what that feeling felt like last season for me. So
and we had some good ones. We had some good ones though. We won some. We lost more than we won, but this year is going to be a lot different. As long as we're still allowed to bet, right? That's always a little bit of concern of mine too. Is that one day you're just going to wake up and Bet Rivers is just going to completely ditch it. But I have a lot of things.
I'm banking on it.
Yeah,
no doubt,
Jimmy. So what do you got going on, Mike? What are we thinking here?
My final thought is that I got back into the coaching game this weekend.
Coaching? Who are you coaching?
Yeah, I picked up a lesson. With a high school bowler around the area. I put my name out to the local pro shop owner that I go to in what is really one of the few bowling alleys that's still left open in my general area, and it's one of the bigger places in the area, and the high schools bowl there and things of that nature. I just mentioned to him another part of this is that there was another person who often did lessons through this pro shop who moved over the last couple of years. And I never really put my name out there to do lessons because it was kind of their thing, and I didn't really want to step on their toes or make it seem that I was trying to take their spot or take their business, whatever. But since that person is no longer around to offer lessons, I did tell the pro shop owner, hey, if anybody comes in and is looking for lessons, I'm open to taking on a couple clients, taking on a couple students. So got out there the other day and got to coaching again, and it felt good. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy helping people out. I've talked about it on here. Even when I bowl league, I tend to try and help people, even if the advice is not solicited. And I had a lot of people along the way in my career, as I'm sure a lot of us did, help me out, whether it was solicited or not. And, I try and pass that on as much as I can. So, definitely getting back into the bowling lessons again. And it was cool working with a young high school bowler and working on their game.
Mike, I got an idea that we could bring to the show. I think I might talk to you about it off air, though. I don't want to bring it up and you not like it, and then us. But it's on that aspect of it. But I think it's a good one. I'm gonna call you right after. But I think I got a great idea.
All right, do me a favor. Call me tomorrow.
Okay, I
So
know
I'm
you gotta go
going
to
to bed
bed.
as soon as I log off.
I know you do. You're probably wearing PJs below the camera over there. Like you're right. All right, guys, let's get Mike to bed here. He's got to wake up and go to work.
Listen, we appreciate everybody joining us. We appreciate Carl coming on. Big announcement for him. Next iteration of his event in Vegas. We appreciate the emails from everybody responding to our topic from last week. We appreciate everybody in the chat coming out, spending some time with us. We always appreciate that. Sweep the Rack at Gmail. Keep the emails coming. We love them. Social media. Check us out. We do most of our talking on X. He's at Brooklyn Rob 11. I'm at the 215th. If you're looking for merch, InsideBowling.com. Content creators, Sweep the Rack. Use your code Patch Pirates. You'll save 15% off your order. We appreciate everybody who rocks the merch. We will not have a show next week. I can guarantee that. I am traveling to Florida on Thursday. Rob says I never go anywhere.
For bowling.
It's going to be my second time going to Florida in a year. Okay.
For bowling. You don't go bowl tournament.
Right. Because I'm out here dropping racks on trips to Florida for soccer tournaments. Okay. So that's why I don't go to anywhere to bowl.
I hear you.
So I'm headed out to Florida for a soccer tournament.
Okay.
So I'll be down there. Actually, at IMG, we're playing at IMG, the famous sports school. So I'm going to be out there for Thursday through Sunday. We won't be back until late Sunday night, so probably won't catch up with everybody for 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of content to discuss at that time. And as always, if anybody has anything they want to shoot us, feel free to pop in the email. We always love getting the emails. I'm upset. Primetime Poppy. You think I'm scared of the king of the Patch Pirates? I ain't scared of this dude. Okay, I'm going to say it again. All right. Everybody have a good night. We're going to sign off. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, guys. Peace.
You are now listening to Sweep the Rack podcast featuring Brooklyn Rob